even when Argo and I had talked and God had shown me that I was going to marry this man, we had talked about working with orphans and vulnerable children.
Seeing kids in the street walking without clothes and begging, all that, I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't stop crying.
When Lantu first came to us, she looked like she was 3 years old, and she was 5.
She has a lot of sickness. She was completely blind.
She has a heart issue where I believe the doctors have termed it Eisenmenger syndrome now.
And we took her to the doctor. The doctor said, if I were you, I wouldn't spend any money on her.
A month after we had her, she was plumping up. She learned to walk with this with a little curtain rod stick, and now she walks and runs. She knows 3 languages fluently now: Sidama, Amharic, and English.
She's walking, talking, she's learning. She's an amazing girl.
Hi, my name is Lantu. When I grow up, I'll be...
Well, our goal and our vision for Ebenezer Grace is obviously we want to take abandoned babies, children who are not wanted by their parents, children whose parents are dead because of HIV. We want to take them and give them a home, give them love and food and clothing.
There's a term that they use here in Ethiopia called OVC, which is Orphan and Vulnerable Children. And there's several thousands that are in this region, in the southern region where we're located.
We have a Root who's 11 or 12 years old now, who was just a couple years ago abandoned on the streets. She's deaf, and so I'm guessing that her parents saw that as a problem and they didn't want to take care of her anymore. And so we took her in.
Remember when we got here, it was like kid after kid after kid after kid arrived at the orphanage. You know, like abandoned on the street, abandoned in the hospital, and all these things. It's like, it was so crazy.
He was abandoned a couple days ago, and the police found him, and then they took him to the hospital. He's been in hospital for a few days. And then so the Women's Affairs called us and they said we wanted to take him. So that's why we got him.
As many as God is going to bring, we will entrust to Him and believe that He will give us the wisdom to care for them, the heart to love them, and the provision to sustain them.
Emmanuel came to us in 2011.
Look for his mother, and we brought her here so that she can take care of him. And she went back saying that, okay, I'll be back. I wanted to take care of something back home in Hammer, and then she didn't come.
Manu has not seen his mom in 2 years?
2 years. As you see, he doesn't know, he can't even remember her. He's not like his.
It's very encouraging that she's still, that she loves him. But it's also, it's confusing obviously for us too, because, you know, we tried calling and everything and she didn't show up, but we didn't know that she was coming today. If we had known, we could have told her, you know, just lay low for a while and let him warm up to you. Instead, she went right up to him, and I think that's why he's in this comatose state a little bit.
God's put each of these kids at Ebenezer for a reason and a plan and a purpose, and you know, our heart is just to raise up these kids to know Jesus and to know that even though their moms and dads have abandoned them, like God never will.
the most important thing is just we wanted to give them up Jesus. So we wanted to raise them up knowing that more than us, God loves them.
You know, some are just there for a season, and others are there for this is their home, for their life. And so part of it is keeping in mind, Lord, how do we care for them in the present, and how do we have vision for what you want to do in their lives in the future?
I wish everyone could come and meet these kids, you know, and and just see how special they are.
Hi, my name is Fasika. My name is Betty. My name is Martha. When I grow up, I want to be nurse. When I grow up, I want to be nurse. I wanted to grow up to be scientist.
I know these kids are so loved. You know, like they get to come over to our houses and they get to watch movies and eat cookies and just be kids.
Sundays are special days, so as a family we get together, we worship Jesus here at this orphanage. This is our church. I teach you Bible, the whole staff, we worship here. It's wonderful.
I would say about a third of the kids presently in the orphanage are from the South Omo region, which is kind of bordering South Sudan/Kenya. Many of these children, based on various circumstances, have been declared cursed, which concludes that they're facing impending death. Now we've been able to save these children, and they're being raised in a loving environment.
We would love to see those children from Hammer go back to their families.
Tomorrow I join my family, my friends, my sisters, traditionally. So I am happy. They say just I am Mingi. You have two chances. One is just they killing that baby, and the second chance is just you have to be separated from the tribe. So I get it that chance. Just they separated me on the town. They act like servant, but without any payment. So life at that time, the life is not easy for me. At that time, I am alone.
Because it was his Mingi, outcasted, now he's re-entering his community and society. He paved the way for me even to take these children. And then, so these children will be the ambassador for the Christ for this community.
When they're 16 years old, these Mingi children can be introduced back into their society, and we would love to see them preach the gospel, be missionaries that come out of Ebenezer to teach people about the love of Jesus Christ.
Regarding some of the needs in this area and community, you know, obviously there's poverty, there's kids living on the street, there's mothers with their babies that are begging.
We also sponsor families at Ebenezer, and we are sponsoring 17 families that are run mainly by widows.
They don't have any income, there's no social security here. So we take care of them. We financially we support them. We pray with them, and then if they're sick, we take them to the hospital. They get treated. We pray for them, and we teach the Bible once a month when they come to receive financial assistance from us.
It's always an open door. It's always a revolving door that's coming. You know, as you go to those hotels and you see the revolving door that doesn't stop, that's the ministry here.
The need is very endless. Ebenezer is not stopping all this problem. Ebenezer is just doing what we can.
Our hope and desire for Ebenezer is to be able to build many houses where we can act even further as a family and put these children into different houses where there's up to 10 or 12 kids tops.
we believe, obviously, we would love others to join us in believing that God is going to do radical things in their life and through their life. That God can use these kids to change this nation, to change this world.
I know myself, I'm not capable to do all this, just I'm watching what God is doing.
It's a huge blessing to know that we have been used by God. Such a humbling feeling.
I don't know why he's picked the certain kids that he has to come to Ebenezer, but I know that, like, I have hope for these kids. I know I'll never take the place of a mom and a dad for them, but just the fact that we can just love on them, it's an honor, for sure.